So there's 2,700 tillable spots with 1,928 non-tillable. This map is huge. All right, welcome to the video. We're going to talk about the maps today. First off, we got the standard farm. No one gives a shit. Next one, river farm. The rivers. Forest. It's stupid. Just don't do it. This one's kind of cool. Wilderness is like pretty fucking dumb. Actually, the dumbest. Four Corners is actually pretty cool. And beach farm. Done. That's a wrap. We got enough content, Vi? We good? Welcome to the video on YouTube. Yes. Today, we're going to be talking about maps, specifically the starting maps. There's a few different advantages to some of these maps, but at the end of the day, we're going to just preface this entire video with, if you're trying to min-max, which some of the videos I've made in the past, all of the videos I've made in the past have been in some way or another about min-maxing the game. So, yes, the standard farm is the best because, specifically, it has 3,427 farmable tiles. So you can get the most farming action on that. Also, as a tidbit, it's 235 buildable tiles that you can't farm, but you can still build on them. Basically just the outskirts of the standard map. We already prefaced the video with standard farm is the best for min-maxing. So the rest of the video is just going to be talking about differences that don't necessarily apply to min-maxing. There will be a few times where it's like, there could be some interesting min-max potential depending on what kind of challenge you're doing. But 90% of the time or more, it's just going to be standard farm. Let's go over the other maps, which are much more interesting. The next map, the Riverland map, is interesting. There are some aspects of this that I didn't realize until recently. Okay, so fishing map. I would say the fishing map is one of the most difficult maps, if not the most difficult map, because you do not have a lot of farmable space and you have very little buildable space as well. I hate this one. Vi says. I think this is a great map because aesthetically it looks really cool when you have it like fully set up with, you know, where you're going to put your barns and coops, and it looks cool in my opinion, and it presents a really difficult map to work with. You really have to think, where am I going to put my farming area? Where am I going to put my kegs and my barns and my shed and that kind of stuff? It kind of forces you to make a unique looking farm. I think the fishing map is great, and if you haven't used the fishing map, I would recommend it. 70% of the time you'll catch river fish from town, and then 30% of the time it's pond fish that you get from the Cindersap forest. So the number of tiles tillable on here, 1,578, which is less than half of the standard farm. Interestingly, it looks even worse than that. That's if you're using every single space, which would be a huge pain in the butt. And there's 516 buildable tiles that are not farmable. So we're talking like, this is a pretty significant area for that. And then like there's a little bit down here and down here. All right, so some random viewer in the stream recommended that I check out some of these farms, and I'm interested. Like, for example, the Riverlands farm. This one, you can see they barely have any farmable space here. I would not rate this farm highly. Honestly, we should do a rate my farm video. Comment, please, if you guys want me to rate your farms. I would love to rate some farms. Don't send me a link to your farm if you're watching this on YouTube. If you want it, say you want it in the comments, and then I'll make like a community post about it, and then people can put them in there. Damn, this is a good one. Very cool, like aesthetic looking spots. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Golden clock right there is really smart too. Okay, so the next map we have here, forest map. The woods limit your farming space, however the bounty of the forest is nearly at your doorstep, which basically means there's some forageables. Let's take a look at the farm. So I would say, to be honest, the forest map is one of the most interesting. There's actually a lot to this map that I didn't really know about until I read up on it. Forageables, in the western side where these stumps are, pretty normal. Everyone knows about the forageables. There's some more interesting things here that I didn't notice. You can get a morel mushroom in spring, and then also in fall, it has all the mushrooms like the chanterelle, common mushroom, purple mushroom, red mushrooms. Another thing, there's unique weeds on this farm that always spawn mixed seeds. You're gonna get more mixed seeds if you use this farm. Now, of course, there is overall less farmable space than the standard farm. An interesting little experiment would be we see how many mixed seeds we get from the forest farm versus standard farm. Oh God, are we about to do that right now? Oh, let's do it. More content. Why? Weed. So we're on Forest Farm. We're gonna see how many mixed seeds we get on the farm if we get every single mixed seed. So I'm gonna turn on animation canceling for this because I need all the help I can get making this faster because I don't want this to take forever. Here we go. All right, we're off to the races with two mixed seeds already. Wow. It may be that the Forest Farm, you overall will get more mixed seeds. And if you watch my previous video about the perfect day one, getting mixed seeds was kind of a big deal. So it'll be interesting to see if you will get more on the Forest Farm because of these special weeds, or if you'll get more in standard. My assumption is standard because there's so many more weeds. Just looking at this so far, I've only seen like 1 or 2 of the guaranteed mixed seeds or whatever. To be honest though, I feel like it really only matters the first couple days where you actually care about mixed seeds. So it's that one right there. This is a guaranteed mixed seed. Okay, pretty much everything. How many mixed seeds did we get, by the way? 8! Ah! That's really bad. Let's go ahead, make a new one. Snoop Dogg. If anyone remembers how many weeds we got on that farm or wants to look back, because I didn't see how many weeds overall we got. If we're taking averages for scientific accuracy, oh, absolutely not. Well, we're up to 7 mixed seeds. Watch we get 8. It's the same. There you have it. We got 7 mixed seeds, 264 weeds. So realistically, we're not getting more mixed seeds on the Forest Farm. However, I would assume that over time, as more weeds spawn, you would get more mixed seeds on the Forest Farm. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, we learned something. That's great. Another interesting aspect of the Forest Farm is that you can actually catch the wood skip on the Forest Farm. There's 1,413 farmable tiles on this farm, which means there's actually less farmable tiles on this farm than there is the Riverland farm, the fishing map, which is crazy to me. And 40% of the farmable spots of the standard. Oh yeah, one last thing about the Forest Farm is generally used in speedruns, and it's most likely the forageables. You don't need a lot of farmable space for most of the runs. The Haboo use the forest map a lot for speedruns, which is just an interesting little bit. So the next farm we got is the Hilltop Farm. Rocky terrain and a winding river make it difficult to design your farm. However, a mineral deposit provides mining opportunities. Hilltop is one of my personal favorites. You kind of get a lot out of it because you get, this elevation changes, which is an interesting dynamic. A river running through. I do find it like aesthetically is quite a nice farm. The biggest thing about this farm is it does have the hilltop because on day 1, you can get copper ore. So day 2, Clint's going to come to you with a recipe for a furnace. Now, of course, you could just go to Clint's, buy 1 copper ore, drop it on the ground and pick it up, and then you'll get the furnace in day 2 anyway. And you also get geodes. If you want to get your mine level up the fastest, this farm can help you get XP. Kind of scales with your level. So as you level your mining, you're going to get different stuff spawning here. Other things about this farm, the river here, 50% of the time will give you trash, and 50% of the time will give you center sap forest river fish. Decent spot to fish, but I mean, really, fishing on your farm, not the best unless you actually are looking for trash. And you might be saying, Tooshi, why would I want trash? Well, there's actually some good reasons. For starters, you can get things like Joja discs, the CDs, which you can recycle into refined quartz. If you get newspaper and recycle it, there's a chance it'll become cloth. Otherwise, cloth is kind of a pain in the butt. You have to get a barn. You got to get sheep. You have to, get not sheep. Sorry. Oh my God. What am I playing? Harvest Moon? It's really hard. You have to get, the rabbits, wool, and then you have to get a loom. Yeah, I can't believe I said sheep. I'm like, I need some more coffee. Vi will cut that shit out. Where are we at? Lastly, there is quest, Linus's quest. You need to get trash, and this would be a good way to do it. Although, however, at that point, you'd be better off going the lava lake in the mines where you get almost only trash. Yeah, so that's the Hilltop map. This map does have 1,648 farmable tiles, which is kind of comparable to the forest map and the Riverlands map. Lastly, it has 930 non-tillable buildable spots, twice as many as the Riverlands, but 500 less than the forest. Anyway, moving on to the next map we have is a wilderness map. There's plenty of good land here, but beware at night. The monsters come out. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't really done this one too much. I'd actually be kind of curious, what's your guys' favorite map? Wilderness, kind of forgettable to me. So a lot of these other maps have a 50% chance of catching fish. This map only has a 35% chance, which means there's a 65% chance to get trash. This map has 2131 tillable spots, which is the most of any of the maps we've talked about so far, other than, of course, standard. And it has 444 non-tillable buildable spots, which is quite low. And that's pretty much it for Wilderness. It's kind of a chill map. It's kind of a sleeper hit. Like, not a hit, just a sleeper. And now we're moving on to, in my opinion, the most interesting and best map. So the Four Corners. Land is divided into 4 parasols, each with their own perk. Perfect for a group. Or, if you're like me and you play by yourself, you just want to have 4 different spots, like stuff's divvied up. I really like Four Corners. Four Corners is nice. It's like, I can't decide on what I want, so I want a little bit of everything. As you can see, it's got a little bit of everything. And it's also kind of cool that it has the greenhouse in the center. This map, the greenhouse is closest to your farm comparatively to any other map. I really just like it's divided, so you can really split things up. You could have all of your animals in one spot and then kind of fence it in, and it's just going to look nice and it's going to be functional. That's pretty cool. But let's actually just dive into the details of all the spots. So you have your standard area, which is just farmable space, basically. Not super exciting. Then we have Geode One, the mining spot, which has a little mini spot. It has the same function as a hilltop. It does improve as your mine level gets better. And then the bottom left portion is the fishing one. There's a 50% chance to catch cindersap, forest, pond fish, and then 50% chance to get trash. And then you have the spot up here, which this spot in the top left has a lot of space, and it also has a single hardwood stump that respawns. So you get, just 2 hardwood every day. It's just a nice map, mostly because it's divided up. I think in one of my playthroughs, I had farming here, and then I had a bunch of fish ponds here, and then I had more farming here, and then I had animals here or something. Just a nice map. Just a good map. Four Corners map has 252 farmable tiles and tiny bit of non-tillable buildable spots, like technically like right here on the stump. This right here is going to give you the most farmable space other than standard. So this is the only one that even comes close. Lastly, we're going to talk about the new-ish map. It's like not new anymore, but it was added in the latest update 1.5, which is the Beach Farm. So beach farm, good for foraging and fishing and tons of open space. Sometimes supply crates wash up on the shore. However, sprinklers don't work in the sandy soil. Ooh, yeah. The fact that sprinklers don't work in the sandy soil is pretty brutal, but you can get the deluxe retaining soil later in the game, and then that will help you circumnavigate. I mean, it's a beach farm. Come on, what's not to love? So there's 2,700 tillable spots with 1,928 non-tillable. This map is huge. This map is large. This map is long. This is quite interesting because your first gut instinct is, wow, look at that tiny little spot where I can do some actual farming, and how far away it is from my house. It's just like how big of a pain in the butt it is. All these hardwood stumps too. So really, when you start, it's pretty brutal. You can use this space up here for farming, but you're gonna have to water everything, which is a pain in the butt. So the stats, there is some very surprising stuff in here. There is 2,700 tillable spots on this, which is 200 less than the Four Corners farm, 700 less than the standard, but there's another 2,000 non-tillable buildable tiles, at least what it says on the wiki. And I'm trying to look at that and see how that's even possible, but I guess it's because of the shoreline and, down here and stuff. I mean, I honestly look at the map, I'm not even sure the wiki's right, and the wiki is not always right. But either way, this map is huge. This is not the same size as the other maps. Like, all the other maps are squared off, but this thing is a lot more space down here. So, and then with fishing, 50% of the time, you're gonna get seaweed. 5% of the time, you're gonna get an oyster, coral, mussel, or cockle. 52% of the time, you're going to get ocean fish, and then 27% of the time, you're going to get trash. So this map has quite a low chance to get trash, although, seaweed 50%, so really not too much better than the other maps in that case. This map has both forest forageables and it has beach forageables, so you can get coral and stuff like that. And lastly, kind of a unique feature of this map is that you can get supply crates, which wash up on shore. The stuff that you can get, I'll just throw the wiki on screen here. It's pretty interesting. So I didn't even know this, but depending on how many times the farmhouse has been upgraded, will change what you can get here. I actually didn't even know that. I'm learning something new every day. Without any upgrades, when you start the game, you can get mixed seeds, quality retained soil, which is pretty cool for this map since the whole sprinkler issue. Geodes, survival burger, which would be pretty huge if you got survival burger early on for energy. That's pretty nice. Coffee, again, same thing. Pretty nice in the early game. And then cherry bombs too. So this is all like useful early game items. And with that, that gets us to the end. All of the maps are currently in the base version of Stardew without mods. Comment below what your favorite map is. You want me to rank them? All right, I'll rank mine. So number 1, I'm gonna go with Four Corners. Number 2, honestly, I was gonna say Hilltop, but the Beach Farm kind of just won my heart there. So Beach Farm, number 2. And honestly, vying for my spot at number 1 as well. But Four Corners map is just so versatile, and it's really good for multiplayer too. It's just a good map. Next, I mean, I gotta just get up for the standard farm. It's really boring, I know, but you can't forget about standard farm. I mean, come on. Hilltop for number 4 because the elevation change is cool. And then I'm gonna go with Riverlands for number 5 because cool aesthetics. Other than that, the map's really hard. And then I'm gonna do Forest at level 6 spot. Kind of a toss up between the worst one. Yeah, Forest is cool because you get like some stumps and stuff and some forageables. Wilderness is just like, so that's gonna get my number 7 spot. So there you go. There's my ranking 1 to 7. I want to know what yours is. That will wrap up this video. Seriously, let me know if I should rate your guys' farms. I think that'd be a really good video. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Cool. Love you guys. Bye.